Hey, it's Bob Kraft here, and I've got something really special today. I'm gonna just show you my face. Um, I'm actually out to watch the big waves today. They're up to 24 feet expected height, and they said that hasn't been for decades that they've had waves like this in this area. This is called the South Shore. Waikiki is just down the road here. Excuse me. Swallowed the wrong, went down the wrong pipe. And so I decided to go to an area I haven't been to before. It's a boat harbor, and it's kind of where the locals go. And I was really surprised because this is actually a surfing competition going on right at this place with the waves. And it's a junior competition, so like 12 and unders. And you know, I've never heard or know anything about surfing competitions, but this is for juniors, and I've been watching them surf out there in the big waves. It's been a lot of fun, actually. And behind me are the surfer and their parents, and then they have the place where the organizers are. So I'm going to kind of show you around. I'm actually here the whole day till 5 o'clock. And I'm going to show you the waves a little bit. Now, it may be hard for you to get an idea of the size of the waves based on a video, because it doesn't really show you, the right way. This is actually the end of the walkway. If you go from Waikiki and you go in this direction, and then you come to a place called Ala Moana Park, if you keep going, eventually you end up here. And this is where a boat harbor is. I forget the name of it. It's got a name, but there are several boat harbors right around this area, but this is the one that's at the end of the wall. And there's local boats here, very nice. And I'm gonna be online as long as I can because I think this is gonna be special, and I want to do as much as I can. The waves are big, and they have like curling waves. I'm sorry if I don't know how to say it properly, but where you see videos where people go inside the wave and then they come out. I think that's called like the curl. We actually have those here, and the waves are big. I mean, you wouldn't definitely, unless you really know what you're doing, you wouldn't want to be out there. And the kids, I saw the kids earlier surfing. They're in the semifinals here, and it was fun to watch, I must say. And you can see they've got people here with really great camera gear. I don't know if they're media or who they are, but look at that one. Nice camera. Beautiful. Sony camera. And so I haven't been at this area before. I kind of went through the parking lot before, but this is like, I don't know, some talks a little bit about the history here, and very, very cool. I don't know, I guess this is where the kids get in the water here. And I watched the kids surfing earlier, and I think that they said they're in the semifinals, and I'm guessing they take a break before they come back. I'm not sure how that's all done with surfing for kids. And you can see right here, this is going into the harbor. Really great. This is a good location, has parking. And in the future, if I meet people, I think I'm going to meet them here rather than Waikiki or Ala Moana Park, because it's not crowded. Look at that. Now, today, the last day for the big waves, the waves will be going down. And they said this was unprecedented. They told people not, I see surfers over there. They're riding those big waves. And they said, if you're not experienced, don't go in the water today around this area. Different areas of the island, the waves are different sizes. today the South Shore, which is actually where I live. I live on the Southwest Shore and the South Shore. This is actually where the bigger waves are today. And oh, there's somebody out there I see. Oh no, not yet. But it was really cool to see the kids riding those waves. I mean, very, very cool. And you can see right there, I don't know what that building is across the way here, but you know, there's a lot of people standing on the corner there looking at the waves, right? So it is a special day today, for sure. And then the airport's not very far away. Probably you can't see this on the video, but there's jets flying. I love taking the planes because they take off and they fly right along the coastline here, and they fly right. You can see Honolulu, you can see Waikiki and Diamond Head if you're sitting on the correct side of the airplane when you take off, which is the left side of the airplane. For those of you, you don't really see it when you fly in because they use a different approach from the opposite direction, which actually goes over my house. And I'm going to be online a lot today. I don't know how long the battery will last, but I'll do it as long as I can. I'm actually meeting some people from Hong Kong today who are living now on this island. And I think we're going to have a meeting, hopefully today. We've gotten friendly with each other. So the boats come in here. We've gotten friendly with each other, and we've had a picnic together. I've been dinner at their house, and so that's really cool. And I see the surfers out there. It's worth watching the surfers. This is kind of, from what I understand, this area is where the locals come to do surfing. The Waikiki Beach is actually a simpler area to surf. It's just like for people who are beginners and just starting out. But this is the area where the locals come, and they have like 3 or 4 different areas of this beach with different degrees of difficulty. And this is one of the areas that the locals come to. So very, very cool. We'll go down and I'll show you what a surfing competition looks like for kids. This is really cool, I must say. Isn't that cool? So the kids come out for hanging out, man. These are the boards here, some of the boards. They're not like huge. I don't know. I don't even know if this is surfing. This might be like boarding, or it might have a different name to it than surfboards. I have no idea. This is the organizers area. Very cool. Of course, everybody's heard of rip curl. If you're involved in sports, you've heard of it. And if this was tennis, I would definitely know all about it. But I've been out of tennis for quite a few decades now, almost a decade, and they've changed the rules. Isn't that cool? Serving up. See, the boards are small. I mean, I don't even know if those are called surfboards. I'm not really sure what they are, but they're not very big. They're only about 5 feet long. And just like sport competitions everywhere, somebody's in the water. And the sad part is, unless I show you, oh yeah, maybe there's a surfer right there. I see the surfer. I don't know if that's where they're doing the competition or not. Is right there. I think so. Must be good for the kids, because you know, they would have planned this way in advance, not knowing that today they were going to be at record surf levels. And very cool. Way far away, I see somebody surfing the really big waves down there. And this is a great view. Just look at that. You got Diamond Head right there. It's not very far away. On the video, it looks far away, but it's actually a great view from here. And really, really cool. I'm going to watch a little bit. I'll try to focus in a little bit more, see if we can. I don't think we can, but you know, you never know. Oh well. I'm trying to make it so you can see further out, you know, like zoom in a bit, but this is the best I can do. So, a surfing competition for something like surfing boards for juniors. I don't know what the ages are. I did hear 12 and under. Okay, there's a person out there surfing. You know, very, very cool. I mean, they're on a long time. I mean, I never expected I'd come upon a junior surfing competition. I thought, well, I'll just watch you know, like the waves today. So this makes it nicer, actually. Helicopter there. And they have a, what do they call that? In the far distance, I see those kind of paraglide, I think they call it, or, you know, where you do it on the water. Very, very cool. And this is really a great beach too. The Ala Moana beach is very, very nice. It's easy to get to it straight down there. It's not too crowded. It's not like Waikiki, but it's right near the Waikiki area. And it's a nice beach, very well protected, so they don't get the waves on the beach there. So if you just want to do swimming, that's a good beach. But if you want to like do body surfing, I think they call it, where the waves come in and they roll you over, that doesn't happen here. But that's a little bit, you wouldn't want to put people who don't know what they're doing in body surfing. I've done it a few times and it's great fun, but you have to be, you know, for someone like me, I have to pick the smaller waves. Very, very nice. And there. And as I'm watching the kids surf out there, they do different techniques. It's not like you just surf straight and you never do anything. You do different things. And, you know, the judges know how to judge based upon the techniques that they choose and whether they're able to do it successfully. So that's really cool. Very, very cool. And the weather's perfect today. There's a breeze. Oh, there's a nice big wave. Oh, he went down. The kid was surfing a big wave. Couldn't do it. I think the way that works, I'm just guessing, is when they blow that horn, then that segment is over of the surfing, and they don't grade, you know, so they are able to surf during a certain period of time. I kind of wonder how they know who the surfers are. You know, they must have binoculars or something to be able to spot the surfers. I have no idea. But they said this was the semifinals of 12 and under, so that must mean they're pretty good. And like, you know, all kids who play sports, because I've been around that all my life. You know, they're just hanging out, they're enjoying their life and relaxing, uh, being with their friends. That's kind of what sport competition is all about. Even to my generation, which is going back to the 70s with tennis, it was the same way. It's funny because these kids that are sitting around would fit in the 1970s with the tennis competition. They would look. That's exactly what we did.
Please do not start surfing yet.
Yeah. Oh, here's the kids coming in. Look. Now, maybe these are like the real little kids that are surfing. Because these are young kids here, just in front of me. I don't know what their age is, but they look under 10. And you know, they're doing the small waves. Between 6 and 10 years old. See, look at that. Very, very cool. The kid right there is no more than 20 yards in front of me. You know, I mean, you definitely would be fit if you're doing this. And then there's a girl right there. Look at that. Isn't that cool? They kind of look like the kids are going over to the pier over there where they can get out and in. Yeah, I can see one of the kids getting out over there on the pier, bringing his board up. The boards are about 6 feet long. So I think that age is finished at this moment. Well, I never expected this. And then they have another one. They have the kids out there surfing. I think those are for sure the older kids. Those are big waves. I mean, you know, I'm sure the kids are like really happy because they never expected the waves to be like this. This is even when they started talking about these big waves coming in about five days ago, they were expecting them. They were predicting the high. And then I've been paying attention on the news. That's why I came down. I found out that they were going to be up to 24 feet, they said. And I said, okay, that's definitely, and they said it hadn't happened in like decades, 2 or 3 decades. They haven't had these kind of waves here. So I thought, okay, that's worth going to. There was a hurricane that was coming in the direction of Hawaii from Mexico, and then it kept getting downgraded. So finally, it became a tropical storm with winds, and it's located just not off of Hawaii, you know, like 500 miles or something in that direction. So I think that's the reason why they got these big waves, and the surf went up, the tide went up. Interesting, because the kids, the people that are watching, like they have cameras and they have long lenses, you know, to take photos or videos, but they don't have binoculars, which I find interesting because it seems to me like if you had a telescope or binocular, you'd be able to see a lot better, you know. But it is what it is. All right. I'm getting ready to get a set of high-power binoculars so I can watch airplanes flying over my house, because I do enjoy that. I watch the planes come in, and amazingly, you see the military jets fly over, cargo, fighter jets, helicopters, all different kinds. and it's fun to watch. And then you see the passenger jets come in. I've seen a few private jets, not too many though. But not there's like 3 airports surrounding my house, and one is not very far away. It takes 10 minutes to get there by car. And a few times I've seen the C-30 cargo jets take off from that airport, and it's you're not far away, and you're watching this plane take off, this really big Air Force plane take off, and it's fun to watch. And it goes really quick, and then it banks. It banks very suddenly at an angle, and I'm like watching it, and it goes back toward the mainland U.S. And I'm like watching it, and really appreciating what I can see, you know. And the people are just hanging out, relaxing. They have coolers, drinks, meal. Very cool. So I think it's super cool to see this. And right behind me is a center for youth, where the youth can come. See, like there's this board where the youth can come. And I think it's for elderly too, but I'm not sure. And I'm like going to look into it because it looks like an interesting place. And when I got off the van today, they actually had a church going on. And the guy was like, "Oh, well, we just finished the church, but you're welcome to eat whatever you want," because they had food out. I got a cup of coffee. But it's a very nice center, and it's in a great location, lots of parking. So I thought that was really cool, I'll walk over there if you don't mind. Now the video is kind of, I don't know how to switch the video so that it like shows my face because I'm on the opposite side of the telephone. But anyway, I do the best I can. Now I have to kind of turn the camera like that for you to see me, and I can't see the screen at all. All right, all I can tell you is I'm really happy living in Hawaii, on Oahu. That's what I've been wanting to do since 1986 or 85 even. And I wanted to live on Oahu. And amazingly, I had offers to live on the other island, which is the big island of Hawaii, Kona. I get letters offering me places there. And I know that area. I went to Bible school there. I went to discipleship training school, they call it, which was a Christian university. I know that area very well, and I've been back several times since. But it just wasn't where I wanted to live, even though it's a very nice area. It's very touristy, and it's small. But here you have everything around Honolulu and on this island. Shopping, restaurants, medical care, everything is here. So I'm still online, which is cool. Now, the plan is to, I've got 78% on my battery. The plan is to do as long as I can on the phone. I kind of have to keep a little bit battery because I might be getting a message later on or a phone call. I've got some friends from Hong Kong who are now living on this island, and we're going to meet up. We're supposed to meet up. They've got something to do this afternoon, and after they finish it, they're coming over to meet me. So that's cool. There's a drone out there. You can't see it, but someone's got a drone flying. That'd be very cool. You know, if you had a drone and you could have a camera and you could video. I see people out there surfing. It looks like kids, you know. So let me just show you around a little bit. My plan today was to walk down the Ala Moana Park, all the way down. See the boards here.
And he's still going. He's like, and the other people are still getting.
The kids are hanging out here in the shade. See, like this is interesting because, you know, they have, I mean, this is like a tennis tournament. They have, you know, who's in the competition, and 12 and under, 16 and under, 14 and under, girls 16 and under. They don't have any, they only have girls 16 and under, which is interesting. And they have boys 12 to 16. They don't have 18 and under. And the competition is like round one, semifinals, 20 minutes. And the winner receives custom lost surfboard, probably like a brand name of some kind. Very cool. I'm very happy about this. I mean, this is exactly how I did tennis tournaments in the 1970s. We hung out together as kids, and we just had a lot of fun. And then we competed. You know, when it was time to play our matches, we competed. And a lot of times you had to play the people you were friends with. You know, you knew them, you hung out with them, and that was really cool. And then they have, this is the center here, which I find very cool. It's a very nice place, a great location. And I definitely am going to come over and find out what they do here. I think they do like environmental programs here for kids and internships. I'm just going to show you the name of the place there. Super cool. Very cool and comfortable here because the breeze, the sea breeze is coming in. Very happy. Look at the outdoor area. Like I say, this was a church. They just had a church service here. I don't know which church it is, but yeah, they just had a service here, which is cool. Definitely we'll come over and see what this is. Look at that. What are those? You know, aren't those pretty? I don't know what it is. I guess it's a palm tree, and I think palm trees are coconuts, I guess. So that's very cool. And then they bud like this. They have that, and then I guess they turn into nuts. Very, very cool. You know, great parking here, and the harbor is very nice here. I like the harbor because the harbor near Waikiki, kind of in that direction, you can't really get near the boats. They have like gates to kind of like keep people from going in where the boats are. But here you're right next to the boats, and it's very not crowded at all. So I find this very cool, and you know, good parking. And the water's right there. The plan today was to walk along the sea line here, the seashore, and I have to go look at kind of a hostel area where when people come to visit, and if I need to put them up in a hostel or a hotel, it's reasonable. Oh, look here, the chickens are out, man. A lot of wild chickens in on this island. Friendly, they're friendly, but you know, we got a lot of babies there, and she's watching over her babies. You know, people don't even pay attention to them because they're so comfortable. Very nice. I'm sure they have a very comfortable life. A chicken in Hawaii. That sounds like a good place to be a chicken. Look at that sitting out area. I mean, that'd be a great place to meet people. Picnic benches. I want to see if they have like barbecue cookouts over there later, because that's a big deal. You know, you bring your own hamburgers or whatever you want to cook, fish, and you have a cookout. So I'm going to take a look later. But this is not far from Waikiki. I think it would take probably 30 minutes to 40 minutes to walk down to Waikiki Beach. You know, you'd have to be a pretty serious walker as far as you wouldn't want to go too slow, but it wouldn't take you long. And I think hardly anybody comes down this who actually does that all the way down to this end. I'm going to show you the harbor here, if you don't mind. Isn't that cool? Now, over on the other side where the road is, you know, you can rent the boats here, and you can, here's the harbor master's office. So, Kiwalo. So there's the name of the basin if you ever are in this area, you want to come down, and the address. The harbor master. Oh, the church is called New Hope. Yep, I've heard of that church. I know that church. And I wonder what's over there. Can you go in here, I wonder? Very cool. And it's, you know, the harbor master's office, and there's people over there. But we don't really need to go here because there's nothing for me to do there. But I did want to come over and look at the boats. And, you know, you can take excursions here, boating excursions. You can rent the boats and go out and do whatever they do, you know, look at dolphins or go along the seashore. Now, these are private boats. I mean, that's a nice boat. You know, it's very tall mast and beautiful. AG Cap's the name of the boat. Here's a smaller one. But that would have nice living quarters, the one right there. And then an older boat here. I mean, you don't have yachts here. You know, like they have another place down the seashore where they have the piers where the ocean liners dock, things like that, the cargo ships, and then they have the really big ones. But these are like just kind of big. Some of them are commercial, smaller boats or private boats. You know, like that's got a lot of traps on top, so trapping something. Yeah, very, very cool. Isn't that cool? And look at this boat. This is a pontoon boat made of wood. Beautiful old boat. I mean, I'm not really a boater. I've been out on a boat onto the ocean one time. I've been on a ferry boat quite a few times on the ocean. But as far as a private boat, only once on the ocean. And, you know, if you're into boating, this is a big deal. Look at that. Another pontoon boat. And then a little further down here, they have a bigger boat. which looks like it's one of the bigger boats here. We'll take a look at it. I would guess it's a commercial boat. Yeah. And probably people live on their boats here. And look here. Parking. Very, very nice. So this should be like one that you can rent. Ocean and You. Journey of Self-Discovery. Okay. Look at that. And one thing I want to do too is I want to get a hammock. I see over there where the trees are. Anyone could just put up a hammock. And I've never done that before. They're not expensive, you know, like $40. And you put it between two trees and you can stay there as long as you want. And that would be really cool. Really, really fun. Now look at this pontoon boat. You know, this is a small one. But of course, when you're on a boat, they go fast when you're on the water. And here's coming up to the big boat. Semi-sub. Oh, it's going. I think it's going out. No, not. Look at that. See, you get an idea how big the boats are from the back side. You know, a big room there. So that's cool. And this is definitely a commercial boat that you can rent or go out on. They've got a website, semisub.com. Not sure what they do, but very, very cool. So I'm going to go back over along the water and kind of showed you the harbor a bit. Then we'll look at this statue up here, whatever this says. So as I said, I'm just going to stay on for a while because I want to make this a special day. Because it really is. Because they said the babes, they have some babes this night. On this side of the island, it says, Catholic blood. Let's see what it said. She's baptized. And she came to Hawaii. She pled for them to care for the people with leprosy. And she went to the hospital here to help the people. And then she went to the island where they people with leprosy, they what do they call it? Exiled them. I think that's the right word. They couldn't come back. And she sent, including the children, there to help them. She never contacted the disease miraculously. And this is her statue. That's cool. People put some coins there probably for, you know, to remember her. Very, very cool. And then, you know, to get a hammock out here would be, and you could sleep here, you know, just come over. I'm going to go out for the weekend and sleep. I would sleep in my hammock. And they got toilets right there, probably with showers. And they don't really have a place to eat around here. So that'd be where a bit of a problem, you could say. And I'm going to show you you know, that'd be really easy to carry because it's made of webbing, you know. And this one's more of got cloth. But very cool. I'll have to learn how to do that for sure. Very cool. I think I'd try the one with the webbing first because it'd be so light. Probably less than a half a pound, and you put it in your pocket. And then you can put it out. You can say it looks to me. The surfs are still pretty good. Oh, here comes the kids. Oh, that's where they're coming in and out. Isn't that cool? Let's go down and watch. I don't think they're in the competition. They might be. Girls, three girls and a boy. Isn't that cool? So yeah, I definitely would get my kids started in surfing here, I think. If I had this age, looks like something that they would enjoy doing. Kids would enjoy. Helicopters, not too far. I would guess the guy in the gray shirt is the coach, and that's the dad right there. I'm guessing. He just kind of acts like a coach in the way he stands, the way he kind of interacts with the kids. And makes sense. Get someone who knows what they're doing to teach your kids. Boards are light. Now they're easy to carry. And then they have this walkway. So, easy to walk all the way down to the base of Diamond Head, far in the distance, or ride your bike. I might ask this guy about his mat, because his hammock, because that would be a perfect hammock to get. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one of those hammocks in the future. They look like they're easy to carry and put up. Are you happy with it? Okay, I'll find one. Take care. Let me just show the people what it's just a crazy light and well made. Thank you. He said he's happy. I want to put him on the video and ask him questions and stuff. He probably have no problem with it, but the whole point was to kind of just show you the hammock. See, isn't that cool? Surfers out there. The water is crystal clear. You can see all the way down on the water. It's probably a little bit hard to see on the video, but absolutely clear. Only thing I'm not too happy, I've been in Hawaii, I've been in and out. I first came here as a resident and bike, nice kid's bike. I'm getting ready to get a bike actually. And I first came to Hawaii in 1985 or 86, I can't remember exactly, but it was around that time, January or February. And what happened was I came and the thing that's changed a lot about Oʻahu, which I'm not too happy about, is they put up a lot of skyscrapers here in this area. Whereas when I was here before, it was just very few, mostly just like about 10 down in Waikiki area for the hotels or even less. And now they're everywhere. And as they do that, they're going to make it so that the place becomes unrecognizable as far as Hawaii goes. It's just going to be something like communist Hong Kong, just tall buildings and streets going through the middle of those tall buildings. And, they're putting up offices and condos everywhere. And those are the developers in bed with the government, because that's how they make their money. And so that's the deal there. So we'll see how that all goes. You can see the surfer. Sorry if the wind is kind of loud sometimes on the video, because, just walking around showing the video here. It's not hot. it's kind of a hot day for Hawaii. Every day's a little bit on the warm side, but they have these breezes, which keeps it very comfortable. And this is interesting. I have no idea what that is. You know, what is it? No, absolutely no idea. If anybody knows, put it in the comments. And then, you know, you have paddle boarders out there. But I actually have what they call a boogie board, which is a board that's you can easily put under your arm. They're made of styrofoam, very lightweight, very easy to carry, and you do the waves with them, you know, near the shore. And I want to do that. I've got a boogie board that I found, and it's very nice, and it's in the house, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do that, you know. You wouldn't do it with these kind of big waves, but you do it inside on the shoreline where the waves are crashing in at certain beaches. This is called Ala Moana Park, a very, very famous park. You can see some homeless person here, living here, or tourists that decided to make it their home. There's another place here. And then we come down. So I don't want to go over there too close. It's a homeless lady or maybe just someone living on the beach, and whether they're drugged out or just sleeping, hard to say. But to be honest, this wouldn't be a bad place if you were homeless, because you have a restaurant right there, or you have toilets and showers, and you know you're not very far away from where the community is. And when I was here years ago, volleyball was a big thing. You don't see them playing volleyball like it was 10 or 15 years ago. They had a lot of Japanese people that moved to Hawaii or resided here for part of the year. So the young people, and they played volleyball, beach volleyball. And now you don't see people playing volleyball like I did then. At that time, every volleyball court was busy. So this is the end, this is at the very end of Ala Moana Park, a very nice park area. I've actually played on the tennis courts here a couple times, and they have tennis courts right up here, and they're very nice courts. And there's no reservation, no fee. You just go over there, and quite a few courts even has lights. You just show up and you wait your turn, and they're just empty most of the time. So you just go in there and start playing tennis. No comment. And here in this park, you know, it's a popular park. There's parking far. This park is pretty big, and parking is not that difficult to find here. So you can easily look around for parking. But like if you have a smaller car, this would be a parking spot right here, as long as you're not in the walkway. And then they have free showers, which is cool. People riding their bikes. Later, I'm probably going to eat at Express, which is across the street in the Ala Moana Shopping Center. I eat there. When I'm in this area, I like to go there to eat. And they have a big food court there with about 25 places. And my choice is Panda Express. So that's the plan. Over here. paddle boards. They sell them at Walmart, paddle boards, and I'll just give you my face again. They sell them at Walmart. They're not too expensive, like $200 to $400, something like that. But you have to have a car. They're not super heavy. You can carry them, but they're probably like 70 pounds. You need some way to like trolley or something, but you blow them up and then you can go out pretty far with a paddle board, but you paddle it out or you stand up on it.
It's called Pepper at TJ's Sports Bar and Grill. Join me Saturday.
Here's another hammock. The little girl covered herself up in the hammock, which is cool. And then they have L&L Hawaiian barbecue over across the street. So actually, if you were living on this beach or staying here, wouldn't be too tough to go across to have the meal across the street. I mean, my kind of feeling on, this is not a crowded beach, and it'd be great for swimming. If you go down there, there are no waves, and it's not too deep. You could go swimming here very well. But the thing is, for me, I kind of like it where there aren't people, or there's not like people around you. But this is manageable. Waikiki is too many people. There's a lot of people down there in Waikiki. The Hawaiian barbecue, I could have gone across the street and showed it. I am going to take you over to the tennis courts, which are across the street. Can't see it, but there's a jet taking off down there. If you sit on the left side of the plane, you got a great view of Honolulu and Waikiki, every plane that takes off. So remember that. If you're flying out of Honolulu, sit on the left side of the plane, on the other side. If someone was with me today, I'd go swimming because I'd want to have my bag kind of looked at after, when I'm swimming. I'd keep it on the beach and go swimming. I have 3 or 4 phones in my bag because I have different phones for different reasons, and I wouldn't want to just leave my bag on the beach while I swam. But definitely we'll come back here and go swimming in the future. So we'll keep heading down. I think I'm getting picked up at 4 o'clock. And now is 11:30, so I have a lot of time down here. I brought a book with me to read for the day. It's a Waikiki, or it's a ukulele book all about the ukulele, like the history and how they play them. And just sit back and spend the day reading, enjoying. It's interesting because where I was earlier watching the kids surf, where they had the surfing competition, the waves are bigger down there. So it looks like the waves have gone down a bit. They're supposed to kind of go down sometime today, and they're not like they were when I first arrived. So isn't that cool? And Ala Moana Park, there are tourists here. They just show up here. It's they know about it, the tourists. but it's also a place where the locals come. The local people come here and hang out, and it's a very big park. And so there's a kind of a mixing of the people, and they're happy. Everybody's happy when they're here. You know, like I said, I'm going to go over to the tennis courts in a moment. If I remember right, they had a good backboard here. Like I say, totally free. And they have lights. I would guess you have to put some money in a meter to be able to turn the lights on at nighttime, but you know, that's reasonable. We took our kids here when they were very young, like 3 and 7 years old, or 8 years old, to this very park. In fact, I can probably remember almost the exact location we were, and it still has some videos and photos of that. A very great memory. And they were so happy to jump in the water because it's really safe here with kids going in the water. It's very nice. Let's cross the street and head over to the tennis courts. See who's playing. In Hawaii, the law is that if a person is in a crosswalk like this, the cars have to stop. But if you're out of the crosswalk, they don't have to stop. And they hit you, they won't be charged. But if you're in the crosswalk and they hit you, they'll be charged. But you do have to be still careful because the drivers sometimes don't pay attention. And you have a lot of tourists here renting cars from other countries that are not familiar with driving or the laws here. All right, let's check it out here. So, 45 minutes limit of play. And you can play up to 2 consecutive time periods if other people are waiting for the court. Otherwise, you can keep playing. And you can see the courts are sitting empty. There's the empty courts. And behind it is a great wall for the backboard. A little bit low. You'd have to be pretty good hitting on the wall to be able to keep it going. I think this guy over here thinks he's Andy Murray. He dresses like Andy Murray. He looks like Andy Murray. Hair like Andy Murray. But not Andy Murray. Okay. I spent a lot of time with Andy when he wasn't quite number 1. He was moving up. He was probably in the top 3 to 5. And then I got off the tour. So that was very cool. I liked it. We got along well. And the interesting thing is they hit good balls here. I mean, I can't complain about their balls, but they're just doing forehands. Forehand cross courts. Now, maybe they're going to do backhands in a second, but that's a problem because if they spend too much time with their forehands, which they feel very comfortable with, they're going to lose pretty quick to good players because you got to be able to do well off both sides. So that's a very weak slice backhand, which means that he would be beat. It was interesting because when I played tennis competitively, it was a totally different generation, the way we hit the ball and so forth. But what happened was my backhand was my weakest side. I had great serve, I had good volleys, I had good forehand. My backhand was my weaker side. It wasn't terrible, but I couldn't count on it like my other sides. And I could get to the semifinals of good tournaments, but then I could get beaten very easily because the better players would play my backhand side and I would lose. I could sometimes win a tournament, but it wasn't like I was the guy who won every tournament I played in. So that was a bit of a weakness for me. So I learned my lesson, and they got courts here, and I was very fortunate. I mean, I spent 10 years, I spent almost 15 years on the Pro Tour, or something like 15. It could have even been more than that. And I spent 10 years going to the Grand Slam events, and I had all access. You know, I could go to the locker rooms pretty much. I could go everywhere and totally free. And so for me, I was really blessed to be able to have that kind of experience. And these are just recreational players here, you know, reasonably playing. And, you know, they got lights. There's a backboard over there. In fact, I played on that court down at the very end because I hit on that backboard down there. And a person taking a lesson. Here, the way it works is lessons are no problem. Let's see who this is. Back charges, Russell. Interesting. I'm not sure what that's all about. Faculty permit. And then they have league matches. So that means that someone signed up for league matches and they give them these courts that they can reserve, or they can, you know, when they show up, you have to give up your court. So that was interesting. Keep looking. I always enjoy looking. I got 2 baskets, but I don't have any balls. But I did buy 2 baskets from Walmart because they were really a good price. And I thought, well, you never know. You know, it might be somebody that likes tennis a lot. At least we got the baskets. Look at this old VW. Now, I don't know. You know, I watch the TV programs. All I can tell you is these things are very crazy expensive. You know, and this one is really beat up, original condition. But these are real collector's items going for like $100,000 or something dollars. And then I'll go back over to the water here in a second. See the park? How many courts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 courts. I'm not too sure. 5 courts, which is kind of odd. They only have 5 courts because when you play matches, six courts is kind of the ideal number for competitions. And then they have the time set aside for the league matches. And, you know, don't need to go too much into my history with leagues, but yeah, I was one of the original people that was put in with the USTA had hired me to oversee the league matches for the country. And I traveled around the country. I started off with the Western District, but was able, at that time they really weren't doing national matches like they have now. And so I was we didn't have it. We were the first one to do it in the country. There weren't anything wasn't existing. And so the USTA hired me along with 6 other coaches to be the overseer and to check the players. It's called a raider. So yeah, without going into it, it's a long time ago. But I appreciated it, that's for sure. I got to travel, I got to stay in nice hotels, meet interesting people, and that was good. So the park has a lot of trees, and you just come over, hang out in the park, take a sleep, you know. Very, very nice. And if you want to go to the shops, you just go across the street over there. There's all kinds of shops over there, local shops. There's shopping malls, but they're also kind of like local shops. Okay, let's cross over here. The cars will stop for you here in this park. No problem at all. Again, be on the safe side. Don't just assume they're going to stop. And most beaches have lifeguards. And they put up warnings, you know, if there's a reason to do a warning of some kind. Yeah, life's changed. That's like a skateboard. I don't know what they call them, but electric powered, and you don't have to, they're balanced and you don't have to push them. And you know, you just go on your electric board. But the sad part is people aren't exercising. You know, they're not getting exercise, which is really bad. We're hanging out in the water. I would say definitely tourists based on their gear from Asia. I watched fireworks from here, from this area a couple times. They shoot the fireworks off right down there over that kind of peninsula. Had a picnic there, a barbecue with Hong Kong people who are now living on this island about a month ago. It was really enjoyable. Everybody was speaking Hong Kong language, and the food was Hong Kong style. So that was really enjoyable. All right, not sure what the toilet yet. Parking spaces, no problem. Getting parking space. Oh, you can't stop near. You can't park near a crosswalk. It looks like they have them marked off the parking spaces, so you're not allowed to park right next to a crosswalk. So that's good to know because you'll get a ticket for sure. Isn't this nice? I hope you're enjoying it. And I do enjoy going down to the Waikiki area, which is down there, kind of like toward Diamond Head in the distance. That's a nice area. There's a lot of hotels, but I've never really been a tourist kind of a person. So that's where you kind of get into a lot of tourists, and you know, they're just enjoying their day and having a good time. Nothing wrong with that, but too many people and they're just walking around looking at the sights. So this is kind of I'm more comfortable here, but it is a nice walk and there's a lot to do over there. Look at this, how it's made, and water fountain there. I wonder if the water fountain's working. I'm not going to drink it, but oh yeah, works perfect. Perfect water fountain. Shower. Great steps for the beach. Very, very nice. So how much battery I got? I'll check when I get in the shade up here. And they have a lot of nice banyan trees here. I've seen some of them. They're absolutely huge. They've been here a long time, hundreds of years. The bigger ones. See, look at that. Just hot water, taking a shower. So you just kind of hang out here. Enjoy life. So it was interesting because I try to do about 10 posts a day, between say 6 and 10 Facebook posts a day. And some people say, oh, that's too much. You know, sometimes they're easy. You just repost something. Sometimes you make a comment, you know. And so, you know, I enjoyed, I have time, and it's kind of what I would do normally. I'd look at posts. And then what happens is, you know, hopefully someone reads them. I do get some people say they like them at times. But it was interesting. I wrote a post yesterday, smoking prohibited by law. Okay, so you're not going to smoke here. I haven't seen anybody smoking here. So on this beach. So what happens is that I posted, and I've been kind of I just tell what I'm really thinking, you know. And I posted about, you know, preparing. I'm quite happy. I'm happy with my life. I've had a great life. I said something like that. And then what happened was I just said, you know, I'm ready anytime to go to meet my maker, Jesus Christ. I'm fine with that. And, I thought, well, that's a bit odd, that kind of a post. Could people be like, why are you talking like that? Well, it could happen, and I'm just trying to explain to people that I'm in a very happy place right now, and I'm happy. So, so that was the point. But as I thought about that, I thought some people might be a little bit depressed about it, Oh, well, I mean, it's better to just be happy with your own life. And I definitely am happy. They have a lot of family gatherings here where they bring the whole family to a big cookout, like cousins, aunts, and uncles, and everybody. It's very common here. And there's like 50 or 100 people, sometimes up to that many people. And sudden drop off. I wonder, okay. Well, if you can swim, it should be okay. But they have rocks out there where I think they're showing the area where it gets deeper. And this is kind of the area I was at with the kids when we came here so many years ago. My son will be 16 very soon. And so he was 3 at that time. So how many years ago was that? 14 or 13 years ago. Parked the car right around here and went to the beach, went to the water and did some swimming. I'm glad I got photos of that, videos. They're special treasured memories for me. And then, if you probably can see in the distance, it says Bloomingdale's. And there's I don't think that's probably Ala Moana Shopping Center, or those are condos. So I don't think they were here like 20 years ago. The shopping center was, but not the condos. So those would be facing the ocean, right next to the park. Those would be crazy expensive if you had that kind of view, Yeah, very nice. I have a lot of time here today. And I'm going to show you one other thing. We're kind of getting down to where I can cross over to the shopping mall. I'm not hungry. I had a breakfast today at home and a cup of coffee, and I'm not really hungry, but eventually I'll set aside kind of late mid-afternoon going over to eat over at the shopping mall, and then I'll go look at the hostel or the hotel that I'm looking at, because I've got a few people that want to come visit and they need to find a place to stay that's affordable. So I'm going to go and ask some questions, about it. And yeah, so there you go. Just hang out here. And down there's they blow up these slides for the kids and a player. It looks like a castle. And they have like slides, and they have an indoor jumping, bouncing area. And lots of people in Hawaii have those. And they're big. They would fit in your trunk for sure, or in the back of a pickup truck. But then you need a air compressor powered by electricity, either from your car or if there's a plug around. And then you blow those things up, and that's where the kids play. I mean, I've never seen any place else that does that, but that's very common here. And some of them are even a lot bigger than that. So I'm going to go down and show that to you. I don't even know what you call them, a bouncy thing. So pretty amazing, actually. I mean, when people come to visit here, Hawaii, they're like, this is what they envision Hawaii is, You just relax, you have a beach, people are nice and beautiful, you have the ocean waves, you have fresh air. That's what I'm at right now. But there's so much more to this island than that. And it's sad that you know, the first time people come, I kind of understand that you want to see that and experience, and it's enjoyable. But if you've come here like more than twice, 2 or 3 times, you really need to see the rest of the island and get an idea of what it's all about. Because like in the interior of the island, there's waterfalls, beautiful waterfalls. There's places where it's like a jungle area, rainforest with lots of tropical flowers, and totally unpopulated, and that's beautiful. You can go out and, you know, do things with the whales and the porpoises and the dolphins, the sea turtles. It's easy to do, not impossible, and people need to do that when they come here. And then there's a lot of historical, if you like architecture, there's a lot of beautiful historical buildings here. There's Chinatown, which is like a small Hong Kong in a way. Looks not that much different than Hong Kong, and the food, and you know, so all that is just makes it really great, I could say. I'm trying to think what else you could see that's very unique. It takes about a day to go around the island by car, 3/4 to a day, and you stop along. If you've got a rental car, you just stop wherever you want. You can also do that on the public bus. Takes it, like say, a day. Very, very good. So, yeah, I'm very, very blessed for sure. Life is good, and I'm enjoying life. And that's where I said to myself many decades ago, this is where I was going to live out my final days. And I'm here and I'm doing it. And that's what I plan to do. No matter what my age is, no matter what happens to me in the future, I plan to do that. You know, I've seen enough of the world to know I've been blessed. And I've gone to everywhere I wanted to go, really. I didn't get to Africa. I had a chance to go there, but I didn't go there. Wasn't really a place that I wanted to go to. I had an opportunity to go there to do church work years ago, and didn't. But all the other places I went to was where I wanted to see, and very blessed to do that. So, well, so we continue on. I'm kind of on my way heading over. It's going on noon, and I'm on my way over to the shopping mall. But I just, you know, like I said, I was going to take a rest today, and I'm not planning on doing anything special, you know. Anybody who watches these videos, you know, I get it. You're not going to watch like 4-hour video of me just talking. I get that. But, you know, you can check on it a little bit, just listen in, and then maybe fast forward it a little bit to a different place on the video. Listen. You might learn something. Might learn about me. Might learn about the area a bit. And for those who care about me, you might say, "Oh, you know, Bob's doing fine. He seems very happy." And I do have a lot of people just starting that want to come over and visit me, and kind of getting that all in place now, nailing it down with dates and months. I've got people that are planning on coming here. Some of them are going to rent their own hotel, and people I'm very, very close to, you know, like family members and people that are very close to me. Okay, they might stay with me if we have space, but no, that's not going to be that common because I really like my privacy. But depends on the circumstance with the people. But for sure, I've got people coming over and kind of preparing all that. You can see people riding their bikes. Bikes are a big thing. You know? Yeah. Isn't that great? This is not Waikiki. Waikiki's about a 20 to 25 minute walk from here, maybe 20. And this is a different area. This is called Ala Moana Park. And I did get a lot of comments about my I did get a lot of comments about my dog. Okay. Which was this guy here. He was pay close attention to my back, which I do, and just keep your eyes open. That's anywhere you go in the world, you know. And so we're fine. So yeah, I got a lot of comments about my dog, or the dog. I haven't really officially got the dog yet, but I'll kind of tell you the story on that because I posted the photos of the cats and the dogs, and yeah, you know, that's kind of wanted to end my life with animals. I grew up with animals and I pets, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have it, and I'm gonna, you know, enjoy that part of it, and especially a dog, because I really had close relationships with my pet dogs when I was younger. And from the time I was born, I had a pet dog. And then I couldn't really have them in Hong Kong, which is very unfortunate. We did have one for about a year, and that didn't work out. But so I decided I've been looking for one. I got the two cats. Cats are great. I put some photos up online, and they're very quiet. They just stay in the house all the time. They don't really shed much. And then I've got a vacuum cleaner. I can vacuum every day or two, and it just picks up the hair, but there's not that much. And then they're very friendly. They like to be petted. They don't make noise. They're friends with each other. So yeah, I'm happy with them, you know, and I was able to give them a bit of a better life. So I'm happy about that. And then I found the dog. The dog was at the houseless camp where I do the church. And I kind of had my eye on the dog for a few weeks now because I really felt the dog was being mistreated, chained up, 2 or 3 foot long, heavy metal chain, steel chain. And no one would pay attention to it. It walked by, people would walk by it, and it tried to get up and be friendly to people. You know, its tail would wag, and it'd want to be petted or touched, and no one would do it. And the people who were kind of, it was like under, that mean that they're not really the owners, but they kept it at their tent. The woman called it stupid. I asked her about it. She said, "Oh, that's stupid dog." And she had another dog. That dog was like super smart, like a human being, according to her. So I said, okay. And at that point, I wanted to get that dog. And then it turned out I could get the dog because she had just left, the woman, and left the dog. So the dog was left chained up. And I went over, and it had a big bowl that was sitting empty, full of water, but there was no water. It was the middle of the day. And I fed it, I gave it water, it drank it all. And I did it twice, and it drank all the water. So it was really thirsty. And I said, okay, I'm going to take this dog because it's either going to die or it's being mistreated. So I took the dog. I called the Humane Society. They came out within an hour. The guy who picks up animals, and he took it and he said, okay, someone's beach ball. Okay, they lost their beach ball. It's rolling around. And they said, okay, in 5 days, if we don't find the owner, because it has a chip, but they haven't found the owners can't be contacted. It wasn't the person it was where it was chained up, I don't think. And they said, okay, you can get that. You'll be first on the list to get it. So I said, okay, I'm going to adopt it. And they put it to a vet, and they give it all the shots. They check it over for, worms or anything that it's got, any kind of physical ailment it would have. They will take care of it for free. And then I told her, I said, okay. They said, they'll wash it. And I said, oh, I want to get it the hair totally cut, because I want it to be very comfortable, not have long hair. And it's not really long-haired dog, but it's kind of medium hair. And I said, okay, I want to do that, shave the hair. And they said, okay, I think they'll do that, but if not, I'll go somewhere and have it done. And so that's the way it worked. And, probably we'll find out kind of the middle of this week. And then I'll go over and get it and give it a try. Now here, it's different because, you have the shelter. I know the shelter. That's where I got the cats from. They do a great job. And I just said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and you know, if it doesn't work out for whatever reason, you know, it doesn't get along with the cats or it's not working out, it doesn't seems to be a crazy friendly dog, doesn't bark. I'll just, you know, you can take it back and they'll find a home for it. They don't kill their animals at all. And I'm like, okay, well, it's better than what it was living like. And it's only, apparently the animal control officer told me it's between 1.5 and 3 years old, you know, by just his experience. So it's pretty young, but yeah, we'll have a great life. And I have a nice park across the street, you know, go take it out, enjoy walking, have it catch tennis balls or frisbees, whatever. And, you know, as long as it's friendly and it gets along with other animals, I'll be fine with that. So that's kind of the situation with the dog. No name. The pet officer who picked it up told me, do you know the name? He asked me a couple of times, do you know the name? I said, no, I don't know the name. I just was trying to help it out, you know. And he said, well, you know, that if you know the name, he said it kind of can calm them down a little bit because, you know, they're stressed out. They're put in a car and they're not used to it, or a minivan, and then they're taken to the shelter with other animals. And he said, if we know the name, you know, it's good because then we can call it by its name. So I said, nope, don't know. So the plan is I'm going to give it a name, I suppose. And pretty much that's it. All right, let's take a little bit of a more of a walk, a hike. I'm sitting on the park bench here, which is very comfortable under the tree. What happened to the volleyball? Oh, someone got it, I guess. They picked it up. I saw them. The volleyball blew in, or not volleyball, beach ball, and someone kicked it on the beach. And it's gone, which is good. Be a good thing to have if you're on the beach, for sure. A beach ball, go play in the water with it. Another thing I'm going to do is snorkeling here. I'm not like really, I don't really like swimming that much. It's okay, you know, I can swim fine, but it's not my favorite thing. It's mainly because of the temperature of the water, especially if it's cool water. But yeah, it's okay. And then, you know, put on a snorkel and a mask. And there are certain areas around here where they say it's really great for snorkeling. You can see the turtles and the fish, colored fish. And I thought, okay, got to do that. See, they have two big, whatever they call, bouncy something or another. They're having their picnic. This is like a family deal, you know. You come over here and friends, and you have a cookout. Across the street is another Hawaiian barbecue. So there's two of them. There's two bouncy things, and you can rent them. That one has a rental sign on it. This is called Magic Island. Now, not far from here is also where the Children's Discovery Museum is, and I took the kids here to the Discovery Museum years ago. They were young, and boy, that was great. It was a lot of fun, and you know, it was something that they haven't done before. And it's not far from here, but you know, that's something I'd like to do too in the future. Is just go back and enjoy the time there. So you've got a rental. My kids bouncing around now. A lot of them are a lot bigger than this, and they put up the. They have a rental sign, so you can rent. And then they have a air compressor there, and they have a gas-powered generator, and you blow that baby up. Not bad. Wonder what it costs to rent one of those. And the toilet area is very nice here. Shower, toilet. This is kind of where I went and had the barbecue, Hong Kong barbecue, a few weeks ago, not too far from here. And when you get under the trees here, it's really cool. I mean, you could easily take a sleep here under a tree. Very comfortable. Isn't that great? I hope you're enjoying this. I mean, you know, like I told you, I'm not so self-centered that I'm like, oh, I got to talk to people for hours and hours, and I'm not even sure if anybody's listening, or I don't care. What else would I be doing? I'd be just walking and looking around anyway. So I might as well share it with people. And then you get a barbecue, a big barbecue. Now, I don't know if they have barbecue places here like that are public. I hope they do, because that would make life a lot easier if you come over here for a barbecue. The best way to get to the Ala Moana Shopping Center, which is like hundreds and hundreds of shops, some of the high-end shops are located in the shopping center across the street. And then they have a great food court that just go over that kind of bridge in the distance, walk across the street and you're there. And that's also the bus terminus for, you can go pretty much from that bus stop anywhere on the island. And Ala Moana Shopping Center, you want to remember that. And you go everywhere. That's where the bus is, and you can go to the North Shore. You can go around the island totally. You can go to different parking business district. You can go to the Waikiki district, which is also where they have the zoo and the aquarium down there. on. Yeah, still going. I'm not really into like putting sunscreen on, but I am careful about how much I'm in the sun. I don't really want to get really dark, but I do have a suntan, you know, and from just being here. But I do need to be, if I'm out like this, where I'm out for a long period of time, I really need to wear sunscreen, I would say. But I didn't do that today because it's very unusual that I go out in the sun for a long period of time. But I'm thinking in the future, I need to be a little bit wiser about that, you know. But very, very nice. This is I think this is the yacht club with, you know, for the members who have boats over there. And then they can, yeah, yacht club, Waikiki Yacht Club. Very simple. Not like the yacht clubs I'm used to, which is in Hong Kong, which were totally different. But I'm sure they're very nice. You could sit in there and have a nice view of the boats and dinner or whatever they do at a yacht club here. So yeah, I'm just out hanging out. I stayed in this I forgot, Ala Moana Center. This tall building right in front of me. I actually stayed here for a few days. I had the church put me up there, and from Hawaii, and they had some member who owned one of those units, and I was able to stay there for a few days. I think it was that building. Very nice, great location. You know, right at the beach, and at the corner of the park. Pretty much just like a hotel room. It wasn't set up to like make a meal or anything, which is what I need, because I like to cook and I don't want to go out to eat just to save money, you know. See, look here, Waikiki Yacht Club. Let me just see how things are going here on the video. We're up to 1 hour and 37 minutes, and we've got 49% battery. So when I get down to around 20%, I'm probably going to stop the video, because I want to keep the phone available to receive a phone call or a message. My friends who are living here now, who are originally from Hong Kong, they're going to send me a message to meet up, but we don't really have a fixed time on that. And they, you know, free bikes here. Well, you have to pay money with your phone app or however you do it. But there's bikes there that you can rent. Are they electric or not? That's a good question. I don't know on that. I don't think they're electric. Maybe. Could be electric. Don't know, because they have an electric. I think they're just normal bikes. So, head over. Oh no, I have to cross the street. I gotta go. It's gonna make me walk kind of in a circle here, because I'm actually gonna go over there to the hostel or the hotel that I'm looking at for people to stay at. I've looked at it before, but I've got to ask them, do you have available rooms, and what's your price? And, you know, hopefully the guy who's in charge of the desk will just tell me, because the last time I was there before, they were like, oh, you got to go online. You got to send them a message, the reservation desk, and get all the information. And I'm like, I just want really basic information. And so we'll see. Nothing special, but definitely a great location. I really hate the motorcycles. People that drive around on motorcycles, they make them so loud. My question is, why don't they have laws against that where they can just ticket people? That would solve that problem. But it is what it is, you know. Now, when you get down this way, down where I was kind of crossing the street, that's entering into Waikiki area over there. There's, you know, shops there for the tourists, but for everybody at hotels and things like that. But I really not too interested in going down to Waikiki today. And I'm just going to hang out. Macy's is in the shopping center. Bloomingdale's, Saks, all the high-end shops are right here for people who like that kind of stuff. Is it going to turn green? Yeah, green, perfect. Now in America, they said on the internet, Hawaii is the fittest state in the Union, in the U.S. Is Hawaii. And I could kind of see that because everything here is done outdoors. People don't stay in their houses very much except to sleep, and everything is done outdoors. So I could see that. You know, people are fit here generally, but of course there's other areas where people aren't fit at all. They just eat all kinds of junk food. And but generally speaking, and so that was actually kind of attracted me too. Now we're leaving the park area and crossing over. There's the yacht club, or that's the boat harbor, Aliwai boat harbor, and down there is the Waikiki area. It's fun to go to the hotels down there because they're all open to the public and they don't bother you. And they're interesting. You know, they make it interesting for people. So, like everywhere in the world, you never cross streets and just drop your guard and say, "Oh, I'm safe because I'm in the rock." And people just sometimes run stop signs, you know, and or whatever. So you really pay attention when you're crossing streets anywhere in the world. That's my suggestion. And I'm coming down this way. I might have stayed in that building right there. Ala Moana Hotel. Sorry about the windy noise. It's windy and I can feel the rain a little bit, a little bit of drops, which is really nice. I do hope it rains. I would love to have rain because where I live, they don't get rain much. I'm looking forward to having heavy rain come to my area, like for the rainy season. But I'm not sure it's going to happen. But I'm looking forward to it. I do miss where I live. They don't have a lot of vegetation like this. It's not green and grass. You see it, but they kind of like artificial. You know, they put it in and then they water it because they don't have enough rain there. So that's the deal there. Yeah, that's Ala Moana Hotel, which is where I stayed. Thank you to the church that put me up there and the people who were part of that and had that room available for me. I appreciate that. And Nordstrom is in Neiman Marcus, Bloomingdale's, Macy's in the shopping center right there. It's really big. I mean, you can spend a whole day there, pretty much. So let's go in and see what the rates are here. I went in here before and I got information, and it was good, you know. I may not tell them I'm doing a video, so I'm not gonna. I'll just let you listen in because they may say, "Oh, turn off your camera," and I don't want to start the video again. Hi. Okay. 350, 450, 650. Not cheap. Let's just see what they got. Okay, I came here before. It's nothing great. It just basically gives you a bed with a lock, and the room is clean. So if you don't mind, I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to talk. Hi. Hi. Yeah, I wanted to ask you. My daughter may come. She's like 20, and I need to put her up. And I know I have to do everything online. She's a resident here in the States, so she has an ID card, but she's going to school overseas. So, like, do you, as far as you know, do you have like rooms available if she shows up? Just probably within this month. Just generally speaking, do you have available rooms, or are they all full?
Well, it depends on the room type you're looking for.
Yeah, probably be with a bathroom.
Ones with a private bathroom are a little bit harder to get.
Okay.
But if you make an online reservation,
Yeah.
you have a better chance.
Right.
As far as getting one.
Well,
especially if not.
She would stay like 3 weeks or something, or a month.
I mean that would be a good move if you're actually something.
Well, I would do that.
But as far as availability at this point in time, I can tell you, like I have 2 rooms, but that changes.
How about the one with community bath? Those are easier to get.
That one I have a few more of.
Okay, because you showed them to me like a year and a half ago, so I'm kind of familiar with everything. I think it was actually you showed me, maybe you look familiar. But now she's talking about coming back, and I want to put her in here, just to get her a place. Let me think what else I can ask you. And if once I would know, I could have her sign up, do the credit. She would have to pay online, right, with the credit card?
Yeah. So
Okay.
There's a process you go through. You submit a reservation request. Then there's a 3-day turnaround on it.
Yeah, because they check the.
Once you get the response, it's usually for payment for at least 3 nights, which is non-refundable.
Okay, that's fine.
That allows her to do the criminal history background check at no additional cost.
Right.
She just needs to submit that. Once that's submitted, it takes anywhere from 24 hours to a week to clear.
Okay.
Once that clears, then they can book out the entire duration.
Yeah.
Make a payment.
Yeah, that'd be good. So I think we're good, and I'll come back. And now she can't just like show up here and apply, right? I mean, she can do that, but then it takes like a few hours to do the check.
So she could come as a walk-in check.
Yeah,
they accept those between certain hours. So between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Right.
Now, as far as the criminal history background check goes, she still needs to submit one. She would be able to check in.
Right. But then in the process.
Quickly, but that background check still needs.
Got it. Thank you. I'll let the people go. Thanks a lot. So there you go. Nothing special here, I could say, but it's clean. It's a great location. They don't do cooking, so you have to go out to eat, which adds up cost-wise very, very quickly because you're having to go out to eat. And I'm not really going to tell anybody if you haven't figured out where it is, because I want to kind of keep it available for people that I'm trying to help, and you can kind of get an idea on the price there. And as you said, not inexpensive, that's for sure. So, but if you just need a place that's clean and it's got a nice bed and the room is reasonable and you can come in and out whenever you want, and it's great location, I think it's fine, But they don't allow you to do any cooking, which is bad. No refrigeration at all, no refrigerator in your room. So like if you want cold drinks or you want to keep food, doesn't happen. But it's got the advantage of good location. So there you go. I did my due diligence because I'm trying to help people come here from Hong Kong who are going to apply as refugee. And some people don't have any money at all. They're fleeing and they really have next to nothing. They have to get an airfare. They have to figure out how to get here. And getting here is not a problem. It's about getting here is not a problem. It's about housing, because the price is really expensive. So I'm working on solving that now, trying to solve that. And, you know, for people who have some money, or maybe they have some supporters from their family or friends that are going to support them on coming, that's a reasonable expectation where I just was. It's not the solution, because the solution should be long-term with cooking and refrigeration. Even if you just get one room from somebody and you're staying in somebody's house, that's better than having a place like a hotel, but there's no cooking or refrigeration. So that's kind of what we're doing now. And then the people who have no finances coming from communist Hong Kong that are fleeing as refugees, that's a whole different scenario, you know, because finding them a place where they can't pay money, that's not going to be easy. But I'm working on that now. So, and they have to get a job to help cover their costs. So we're gonna go down to this is Macy's, and now to the food court area. How much time do I have before I leave? Well, 1, 2, 3, close to 4 hours before I leave. And so what am I gonna do for 4 hours? Go back to the beach? Hopefully the waves are still up, because that makes it a lot more interesting to me to see the waves up. But you know, hang out at the food place, probably. That'd be a good idea. This is the parking garage of Ala Moana Center, and I'm directly under Macy's. And Macy's is a huge luxury department store. All right, let's just keep going here. I think I know where I'm going, but I'm not sure. You know, one other reason I didn't get a car, besides I can't really afford it, is secondly is the added cost of having a car, if you can solve transportation problems, is really a lot. You pay insurance, you pay gasoline. Like today I saw a price for gas as I was coming here, $5.60 a gallon. $5.64. I think I took a photo of it because I'm going to repost it. And, you know, insurance, parking. So when you add all that up, the cost of your just living goes up dramatically. And I said, if I can solve the transportation problem, which I was able to do in a couple ways, no car, don't even think about it. So that's it. That's what I did. And I don't mind it at all. Plus, I'm a lot healthier because everybody who has cars, you know, the first thing they do is they just get in their car and they have to go down to the one block to go down to 7-Eleven. They don't walk it. They drive it. That's not going to help your health. So, sorry to give you a view of a parking lot. Why don't I show you my lovely face? And, you know, I hope you're enjoying this. I've enjoyed talking to you. It really is a surprise for me to see the surfing competition for juniors. And it's probably still going on. I kind of wish I was still down there, but I'm definitely not going to go back down there because where the van is picking me up is right here in 3 hours. So, but I really enjoyed that. A beautiful place. And I'm definitely going to remember to go there in the future. Very, very nice. I'm looking for the entrance to the food court, which I know I'm going in the right direction. I'm not far away. And the food court is really great here. It's a place I like to bring people to who are visitors because they have a really good selection of food, probably about 25 or 30 restaurants right in that food court. And the prices are reasonable for here. You know, anytime you get a meal in Hawaii for $10, that's pretty reasonable. So that's what the prices are, around $10, and it fills you up. So, you know, I like to come here to eat, to be honest with you, and they usually have nice seating. So there you go. I'm getting close to the entrance. And I haven't seen the shows here, but they also, the shopping mall will have a lot of shows. Like they'll have singing and hula, ukulele performances in the shopping area. I haven't really gone because I don't come here to go shopping, but that's worth seeing because they're professionals and they're good at what they do. So, you know, immediately it'd be interesting, I could say. And I got to pay attention here. Oh, Barnes and Noble, they actually still are in existence. I can't believe it. Barnes and Noble, you know, you have seats where you can actually sit down and look at books. I'm going to go up here and see if that's like the Barnes and Noble, because I thought they went out of business. They went bankrupt and they closed all their shops. But it looks to me like they're still in business here. And I want to see if they have all the places to sit like they used to have. And you can just sit there. If you're tired, you're whatever you need. And then they have a coffee shop if you want a coffee. It's just a normal Starbucks. But let's see. Masks are optional. Good. Very few people are wearing masks in Hawaii now. The tourists kind of wear the mask because they're used to it, but the locals are very much not wearing masks. And yeah, it looks like they've removed the big comfortable seating that they used to have in these places. You know, like every kind of you can imagine here. Yeah, no, they used to have like sofas, chairs, big comfortable chairs, and you could just sit down and pull a book off the shelf and read it as long as you wanted to. All gone. But I mean, I understand that model was not working financially. You know, that's why they went out of business. Not one place to sit. Okay, well, but just to see one still here is kind of surprising to me. Restroom closed. Nope. So what they do is they make you come to the shop to have a seat, whereas before you could sit inside in a very nice, soft, comfortable seat. All right, well, good. At least I see it. They're still open. If you notice my house, I have all kinds of books in my house. I've always liked books, and I got them from the library because the library has a whole bunch of great books that they give away, or that you can make donations. It depends on their policy at that moment, and that's what I did. So I filled up my bookshelves with books that I really thought were great, and so if I had to buy the same books, it would have been crazy expensive, like $1,000 at least to buy the same amount of books. And I probably got them for maybe $10. Food court is coming. Can you smell it? How long have we been online? Now what's crazy is this thing is saying 25 minutes online. That's not right. I don't know what happened. Because I was, 2 hours and 22 hours. Okay. Kilo Hattie. Always fun to go in here. This has been around forever. Kilo Hatties, and basically they're just selling tourist things, t-shirts and shirts and things like that. Been around forever. There was actually a woman named Kilo. And did you know that like you can ship pineapples to your friends, put them in a box and ship them on the mail? But you can also do that with coconuts, and you don't need to put them in a box. They put a stamp on it somehow, and you address it, and they mail it to people, a coconut. And I'm probably going to do that. I've got a few people that I want to surprise. I hope you're enjoying this long video. We're getting close. Getting close to the food court. And they have a grocery store here nearby. They have a Sam's Club. They have a Ross. I always enjoy going in the Rosses because I find things in there that for the house. But my house is pretty well set up now. If I get too much more, it's going to be too much, you know. But you never know. You might find just the perfect item at Ross because they do have good items. And great little shops here. Candies. A lot of times these places will give free treats. I don't know if they're doing that now because they may have stopped it because of the virus, but they have free treats. You know, like you can do samples. And yeah, why not? ABC stores has great prices for coffee, like 99 cents for a cup of freshly brewed coffee. And ABC stores are something like the 7-Eleven, you know, local way. So the cookie corner, they used to do free samples here too. Let's see if they got a free sample. I'm gonna grab one. I don't think they're doing them, but they smell great. I can tell you. Too bad you can't smell what I'm smelling. Okay. So your cookie. I mean, my personal belief, everything spends $3.69, $4, including tax for a cookie. Probably doesn't have a full deck playing with a full deck of cards in their brain. That's my opinion. I know I'll get people saying, oh no, and they're the ones that are doing it, but it's just a crazy amount of money to spend for a cookie or for something like that. See's Candies. True Friends. Okay, this is a pet shop. I'm definitely not going to go in and buy anything for the pets. What's the point in spending $25 for a pair of doggy socks or whatever they cost? Ain't gonna happen. Okay, See's Candies. Okay. And again, the candy shop. Question is, are they doing it? Are they doing free candy samples? Let's just see. Interesting. I see $1.30 each. People really, they're not free, right? They're picking them up and they're like, oh, it's $1.30. $15, 10 cents. Okay. Oh, well, it is what it is. It's just the reason I can live such a reasonably good life is simply because I'm budgeting and trying to be wise with how I spend the money that God has given me. and I think I'm doing an okay job with that. You know, so this is the food court. I'm going to show you the food court. The place I'm going to, I'm not really super hungry, so I might wait a while. Is Panda Express, because I like it. But they have everything here. I'll just smoothie place. This is kind of like treat place, auntie. Pretzels with, you know, flavoring on them. Cinnabon, cinnamon rolls. And Cinnabon, cinnamon rolls. I mean, I eat those. I've had them. I like them. They're great. But, you know, coffee shop. Korean sushi, $6.99 plus tax. So $11.49. $12. Like I say, generally speaking, you're going to pay around $12 for a complete meal, but it will fill you up. And you could probably even share it with two people depending on what it is. That's kind of like, here's a bacon cheeseburger, $11. Cheeseburger, $10.50. Cheeseburger place. I do like cheeseburgers. I don't eat them very often, but when I see a good cheeseburger, I do enjoy it. Steak, fish. There you go. Spaghetti house. Oh, someplace out of business. Paradise Cafe. No more. You have to be not great to go out of business here. Jollibee, Curry House. I'll show you. I got time, you know, I'm not trying to hurry to get down to eat. So, Curry House. I don't really like curry, but most people that I talk to like curry. Jollibee, which is like a McDonald's of Philippines. Filipinos go there a lot. They like it. They have a lot of those in Communist-owned John. These are a few. And Haagen-Dazs. Just showing you around. Plan was to come here and hang. Today it's crowded. You know, I just want my own seat, my own place to sit. I don't want to be like sitting with people. Philly steaks. Those are good. Large, $13.25 just for a Philly steak. Of course, they get you on the drinks, which is $4 to $6 for a drink. So whenever I go, I just get water, ice water, and they don't charge you for it. What's this place? Chicken fingers. Oh, this is right across from where I live. And I have one there. I just went in and looked at it, but they have chicken fingers that they sell. I'm not a big chicken fingers lover. Okay. Yummy Korean barbecue. Let's just see what that is. If you want to look. I'm not really a big Korean food lover.
It's fine. That's fine.
So there you go. It looks good. If you like Korean food, this is the place. Look at this line for Panda Express. I may not come here just because of the line. Panda Express. This is pretty much where I eat all the time. About $12 for the meal. But I get it. It actually, you can't eat it all in one setting, and you can eat part of it the next day. Looks good. No, the line's not too bad. And oh, and there you go. This is what Americans think of as Chinese food.
Can I get one of the crispy chicken and orange chicken times two?
Hey, come on. That is not Chinese food. Sorry. That might be right there. Maybe. Well, let's see what else we got here. This would be Japanese, yeah. Show you the menu here. Ramen, pretty good. A lot of Japanese places. Steak, Popeye. There you go. You got a nice steak. Anywhere the steak is anywhere from 14 to 23 without tax. So that's what you get, I suppose, how much you get. That's definitely raw. You could cook it the way you want, order it the way you want. $14.95. $22.95. Beef curry, $12. Too bad that it's so crowded. Because I'm like thinking, you know, do I want to eat here really or not? But there's really no other choice. Chicken Company. So vegetables, meat, pork, rib, chicken. This would be Mexican cafe. I mean, to be honest, I love going to Costco and just buying this stuff frozen and then putting it in the microwave and cooking it, or you know, in the oven if I have to cook it in the oven. And it's tastes great and it's super inexpensive. So $13.99 to $15.99 for tacos, 3 tacos. This would be Hawaiian food or Filipino. Not a big lover, really, of Hawaiian food. Thai food, supposedly. Again, you have to kind of like understand that when they call something like a nationality, it's not like you've gone there and you're eating it from that place. They customize it to the American taste or the tourist taste. All right, what's this? This is curry food. Curry seems to be pretty popular. A lot of curry food, and they have the news there. This is the news channel I watch every day, and I pay attention to the surf conditions. And they show, a lot of times they'll show videos of the surf. So I enjoy that. And they have a program called Cheap Eats, where they go around the island and they kind of highlight different places. You know, the food is good and it's reasonably priced. I would guess they're advertising this place. That's why they're showing it. Food court. I don't think that's being shown live. That's pre-recorded. Isn't that great? There's another one, Jamba Juice. A lot of people know Jamba Juice. Full of people waiting. Crepes, if you like crepes. I'm thinking about going to the grocery store because the grocery store is just in this shopping area. You know, it's a little bit of a walk away, but I can get the food there very inexpensive or free even. And because I have a card for free food. And so, you know, just get what I want. I mean, I'm hungry for panda for sure, but why don't I show you around a little bit more? Oh, and they have Ross here too. So I want to go over at the Ross and just see what they have for the house. Because sometimes they have stuff and it's just perfect for what I'm looking for. And my house is pretty much full now. But you never know. I might just find something special. And they do carry them at times. And they're reasonably priced. So let me see what I got. I'm going to head over to Ross because I'm not quite ready to eat yet. I'm not quite hungry enough. And I have a card that gives me, because of senior status, that gives me free food. So, but I have to go to the grocery store, and it's fine. Grocery store has good food, so I can go there. But wouldn't quite be the same selection as Panda Express, which is kind of what I was looking for. Okay, let's see. So we'll go to Ross. This is the side of the park where the beach is. So when I go to the beach, I go out this way, and I go just across the street to the beach, right there, the Ala Moana Beach, which is nearby, and not bad. Here's another Aloha Lane, you know, all the stuff that tourists can buy. Nice stuff, and I actually have some of that stuff in my house as decoration, so I'm not going to be too hard on it. You know, I kind of fixed my house up with a wood native and some kind of more sea theme, so I set myself up with that, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And then very comfortable. I didn't want to make it formal. I just wanted a place that I could live and have a very comfortable way of living. So let's go back to the home section and see what they got. Because you never know. Might just be the perfect thing that I'm looking for. And the furniture. Folding table is good. For the spare bedroom, like this is art. If you have an artist who's like, you know, you'd have to be wanting to take a very big painting, right? But look here, you know, everything's all done. The artist painting. Don't know what the cost of that is. Let me check and see if I can figure it out. Price $13. So if you were an artist, $13, and it's huge. You know, chairs. I'm just seeing what else they got here. Okay, nice chair for very good chair. Like I say, my house is decked out at this point in time. Animal cushions, pet cushions. which I'm going to need to get for sure if I keep the dog. This is nice. $9, $10 for this. No, that's hard to imagine. $10 for that. Why would that be $10? Actually, I would get that if I had room, because that's really nice, but you'd have to have a card. Oh, well, that makes sense. 169, but they're advertising it for $9. Very pretty. That would definitely fit in my house. But my house is decked out. I did get some things here for the house and was very happy about it. Okay. Not bad. I'm trying my best not to get any extra things. I'm not gonna get this simply because I would only get something when I need it, but they do have great soccer balls here, and the theme logo themes, like this is one, from the clubs and stuff. So that's really cool, I must say. Okay, but okay, where's the pet stuff? Because I definitely am going to need some stuff for the dog when it comes. Let's see, nice lamps, $20. That's pretty. I'm not going to get it because I have everything I need, but I'm just kind of checking the price here. That would fit in my house. That one too. Looked very nice. Not bad. I'm going to need to get a very long bar for the curtain for the living room window. The problem is the length that I need is a lot bigger than this. I need 110 inches, and they're very hard to find in the shop. You have to order them online. So, curtains. Okay. Rugs. I mean, I definitely like American stuff, but not kind of like tacky looking stuff. Yeah, nice. See, like that, that's nice. Fake, because I don't think they would sell a real one. $24.99. They make it look real, but it's not real. Of course, for the Americans that are watching this video, you're like, well, I don't want to watch a video with Ross. I can go to Ross just near my house. But there's a lot of people that are watching this that don't do Ross, because maybe Ross is special, I think, just for the U.S. This is nice. Not bad. And I'm still looking around. Like I say, the house where I've got now is exactly how I want it. I have been looking. I definitely am going to get one of these for my family and put the family photos in it. And I haven't been able to find exactly what I'm looking for. This is a little bit too big. But I just want to find one that I like the look of it. So let me see what kind of. But yeah, that'd be okay. You know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very, very nice. Well, I am not that. That's Venice, and I don't like Venice. I've been there. Don't like Venice. So if that was not Venice, I am looking for kind of a medium-sized picture of certain cities, New York City, and because I've got a section on my wall where I'm putting up places I've been in the world that I really enjoy, and I've got a couple more to do, but the ones I'm looking for are not easy to find. So that's London there, and that's not one of my favorites. So I'm going to pass on that one. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hope you're enjoying this. Like I say, I'm not quite ready to eat yet. It's 1 o'clock. I'm not hungry. I got to pay attention to the video because when I get down to 20% on the video, which is going to be in the next few minutes, I'm going to turn off the video. But I kind of feel that people watch the video long enough that they're probably like, okay, I've seen enough, Bob. Okay. These are like cartoon characters, which I'm not into. And this would be just see what it is because I got the time. Wood folding pocket knife. Too small. Getting close. Where's my doggy section and animal section? Here it is. Okay. A mat. Well, the dog is definitely going to get a mat. And the dog will be like, oh man, I've died and gone to heaven because it was really being mistreated. And I'm like, okay, we'll take good care of you. How about that for the cat? The cats do use that scratch thing. I don't know what the purpose of it is, to be honest with you. Okay. I guess they just like to scratch. No. Mm-hmm. How about that? $3.49, man. Ham bone. The dog would be like, okay, I'm in heaven compared to what it's been living like, where it was really mistreated. I hope I get it. They're gonna let me know probably Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, something like that. And I told them, I said, you gotta wash that dog because that dog was mistreated and it smelled bad, but totally covered with fleas and whatever dogs get covered with. But it was like, okay, that can all be solved. You just take it to the vet and have them cut the hair off of it, give it a bath, and then it becomes a lovable, kind dog. Now look at this. I had one of these I got, and I paid 20 some dollars for it. Here it's $70. It was the exact same one. I bought it at Target. I paid $25. And actually, I gave it away because I didn't really want to take it to the new house. But this would actually be good for the animals, to be honest, to push them around. Because you could put the cats in here, or the dog, and you could put the cats in here. But the sad part is I'm not going to pay $70 for it. I might go back to Target, see if I can get it. Another one. Because they would be fine with that. Dog goes here, cats go here. Cats will be happy because they can see out. Dog will be fine. He's big enough, he puts his head out. So I'll look for that. But not for $70. Beach caddy. Okay, we're good. Shoes. This is kind of the place I buy shoes at. The quality of the shoes is, they have put brand names on them, but they're reasonable for what they sell for. Like this brand of shoes is $34.99, and Eddie Bauer, but they're not the really good quality ones, but they're just good, and you can buy another one. Like if you like those kind of shoes, I used to have those. Some of them I never wore at all. And here is I've got everything I need. So, I'm not in the process of looking around at all. But, not bad. This is a place to come. Flippers. In fact, I'm wearing sandals right now. Probably I got these here at Ross. They're very comfortable. And they weren't expensive. So there you go. They have nice, good luggage here. This is kind of where I buy my clothing. In Hawaii, you don't really need clothing. You get like 4 shirts or 5 t-shirts and 5 shorts, and that's it. That's all you need, and a pair of sandals, and that's it. So you don't really need to buy things here at all. And let's just see, these are bags. Those are nice bags for people that are coming. I'll remember that, because those are good bags to have, just like for a tourist to go around, because you can put your stuff in it. They're lightweight. And ukulele. I got one of these for the house, which is kind of a tourist ukulele, or it says Hawaii on it. And I was like, okay. Okay, now these are kind of interesting, but all right. I am kind of looking around for things for the house just to kind of put on the shelves and make it more kind of Hawaii kind of style. Okay. Let me here. How much? I got 18%. So when I go out of when I go out of here, I got these at Walmart. These were not expensive. I wonder what they're selling them for here. $12.99. I think I paid $8 at Walmart for the same one. See, bags for. What the tourists don't understand is that when you wear a bag or you wear a backpack, especially if you put all your money in it, you don't keep it in your hotel room. And then you go out, you open yourself up to people stealing it. And it's just best to keep things in a small way. This would be nice. These for kids, $18, you know, and they're for the beach or like a football. I mean, these are like super cheap, not good quality, but $10. Bags. Yep. Can't complain. This is like a briefcase. What is that? Oh, like a bag. The quality of these is really good. I've got a backpack that's really good. And the quality is really good for that. I bought it at a place like this. Okay, we're good. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this. I kind of didn't end up with a great place like the beach to show you the waves. If you go back to the beginning of the video, you'll see a really nice place, you know, the beach and the waves. But I'm over at Ala Moana and I'm getting ready to eat lunch. And I'm going to stop the video because I want to keep a little bit of battery on this just to because I'm expecting a phone call. I'm looking for a certain kind of casual everyday watch because they're not expensive. They're like $20 and they work great, but I'm looking for a certain kind because the ones I've got, the batteries are done. It's just the same price to buy a new one as opposed to go put a new battery in it, and they're not expensive. So I just want to say goodbye to everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this time down at the Ala Moana Park, watching the huge waves, watching the junior surfing competition, along all the way Ala Moana Park, all the way up to the hostel, over to Ala Moana Shopping Center. And I'm going to stop simply because I need to have a little bit of battery in case I get a phone call from some friends that are going to meet me tonight or this afternoon. So everybody take care. They're actually touring around the island, and they're going to meet me around. They're on the Big Island, which is another island, and they're flying in this afternoon. They said, let's meet up. So I said, okay, we'll do it if we can. So I'll let everybody go, and thanks a lot. Bob Kraft checking out.